This is the Olympus 14-54 f2.8 to 3.5. It has a versatile zoom range. It is known to have excellent optical performance. In this video, I want to discuss why this Olympus 14-54 is the best budget professional zoom lens you can get for your Micro Four Thirds system. Let's do this! Before we go further, here are some important notes. Number one, you cannot mount this Olympus 14-54 on a Micro Four Thirds camera body directly. This is an old lens. It's designed to be used on a Four Thirds DSLR camera. If you want to use this lens on a Micro Four Thirds camera, you need to use the Four Thirds to Micro Four Thirds adapter. The one I have here is a third-party, no-brand, China-made, and it doesn't have to be an original Olympus or OM System 1. You can use any adapter as long as it has electronic contacts that will allow autofocus and aperture control on the camera. Number two, it is recommended that you use this lens on Micro Four Thirds camera bodies that have face detection autofocus. This will ensure faster and more reliable autofocus operations. Using this lens on camera bodies that do not have face detection autofocus, you will definitely struggle to acquire autofocus. Trust me, it will be a nightmare. Number three, this is an old lens. The weather sealing on this lens is already compromised. The lens was released in the year 2003, that's more than 20 years ago. While Olympus did advertise this lens as weather sealed, but after 20 years, do you really think the weather sealing is still there? So no, I will say that this lens is no longer weather sealed. So do not use this lens in harsh weather conditions, dusty or wet environment. Having said all that, let's take a look at some simple photographs I've taken with this Olympus 14-54 f2.8 to 3.5. There are many things that I really like about this Olympus 14-54 f2.8 to 3.5. Number one, build quality. I love that this lens feels so solid in construction. It feels very reassuring in hand. It feels like it's premiumly made. It does feel like a professional grade lens. It definitely inspires confidence every time I use this lens. Number two, I like that the handling of this lens is actually very good. Although it's not a very small lens, especially in terms of Micro Four Thirds size, we have smaller Micro Four Thirds equivalent lenses. But the size is not too large, it's not too heavy. It balances very well with my larger camera bodies like this OM1 as well as my Olympus EM1 Mark II. In terms of handling, no issue whatsoever. Number three, I love the versatile zoom range of this lens. It zooms from 14 all the way to 54 millimeters. That's equivalent of 28 millimeters at wide angle end, all the way to 108 millimeters at the longest end, which is a medium telephoto reach. You can do a lot with this zoom range. It could be one lens to do it all in most situations. Number four, I like the bright aperture of this lens. It is from f2.8 to 3.5. Yes, it has variable aperture. It's not fixed at f2.8 like most other professional zoom standard lens out there, but it is still very usable, and compared to the available options from Micro Four Thirds, say the Olympus 12-40 or the Panasonic 12-35, they stop short at 40 and 35 with a constant f2.8. And this lens, it goes all the way to 54 millimeters, which is a lot longer, and yet it is still very bright f3.5 at the longest end. So I say it is definitely very usable, and I appreciate the bright aperture. I can use this a little bit in low light situations, as well as I want to render a little bit of shallow depth of field effect. Number 5, very decent autofocus performance. If you use this Olympus 14-54 on a Micro Four Thirds camera bodies that have face detection autofocus, the autofocus performance should be quite good, especially on the newer camera bodies like the OM system, OM1 or OM1 Mark II. I've used this both on my EM1 Mark II as well as the OM1. I gotta say, the OM1's autofocus is faster and definitely more reliable. I have no issue using this for my professional shoots if I have to. Number 6, this is a very sharp lens. Although this is an old lens with an old optical design, it's from like more than 20 years ago, but it is a testament to Olympus' prowess in terms of optical engineering. Olympus really knows what they're doing when it comes to lens design, and this lens is so sharp throughout the entire zoom range from 14 all the way to 54. It's sharp corner to corner, and it's already so sharp, shooting at wide open. I don't need to stop down if I don't have to. Number 8, or number 7, I think. Not number 8 yet, it's number 7. I like that this lens has very good technical flow controls. Unlike the newer lenses, the modern lenses, not just from OM system Olympus, but from everyone else out there, from Sony, Canon, Nikon, Panasonic, Fuji, they rely on digital corrections when you want to correct distortion or chromatic aberration or vignetting. A lot of these, they rely on software correction either in camera or later during post-processing. You can do that yourself. But this lens, at that time, 20 years ago, digital correction wasn't a thing. So in terms of optical design, it was designed to correct for all these flaws, for corner softness, for vignetting, for chromatic aberration, for distortion. So you have very minimal flaws coming out from this lens, and there's something very satisfying looking at the results, knowing that the lens handled all these problems for you. There's a testament to how amazing this lens really is. And finally, number 8, I really like the rendering of the lens. Yes, a lot of people can say, like the lens is sharp, the lens has very good technical flow control, but sometimes the lens doesn't really have character, it's flat, the rendering is not very interesting, but the output from this lens, it looks very organic, it looks very pleasing, it doesn't look clinical, it doesn't look flat, there's depth to the images, they look very much alive and vibrant. Somehow it just looks very, very beautiful, and the bokeh from this lens is just so beautiful. Looking at the out of focus area, it's creamy, it's smooth, it's not distracting. I just love shooting at this lens, using it wide open all the way. If budget is not a concern, there's so many better alternatives out there if you want a professional grade zoom lens, a standard zoom lens for your Micro Four Thirds camera body. You have the Olympus 12-40 f2.8 Pro, you have the Panasonic 12-35 f2.8 with so many versions out there already, I've lost track of them. And then there's Panasonic 12-60 f2.8 to f4. All these lenses are excellent. I've not heard of anything wrong or any bad reviews about these lenses. In fact, these lenses are newer, they're more efficient in terms of autofocus, they work better on Micro Four Thirds natively, and they definitely give you sharper results. And of course, their weather sealing, they're still intact compared to this Olympus 14-54 from more than 20 years ago. And these lenses, they're also made to be smaller, lighter, and more efficient. Well, the catch is, these lenses are also a lot more expensive than this Olympus 14-54. I got this lens for like $100 US. The adapter, I got it for like $15-20 US. You can't find, definitely cannot find any of these newer Micro Four Thirds Pro lenses at about $150 or less. So if budget is a very big concern, this 14-54 is the best option out there for you. That's all I have to share about this Olympus 14-54 f2.8 to 3.5. This is an old Four Thirds DSLR lens, which I think it still works wonderfully today on a micro Four Thirds camera body. If you are on a tight budget, this is definitely the lens for you. Do you agree with my thoughts? Have you used this Olympus 14-54 before? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you found my sharing beneficial, if you've enjoyed looking at my photographs, please consider buying me a cup of coffee, or you can contribute directly to my PayPal. Links in the description below on how you can do any of that. Any small contribution goes a long way, will definitely help me to continue making more content. Until the next one, please go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye.